Shalom, this is Judah J. If you've been gang stalked and tormented by that gang stalking, like I have, but have been given grace by God to make it through, then you've attained some invaluable skills and insight on how to help your fellow man make it through these things. No one who has experienced these horrific trials can see through the scope and lenses that you, with time, have learned to look through with 2020 vision. So to keep that wealth of understanding and knowledge hid under the bushel is not only a disservice to the world, but to the Most High God of Israel himself. Why did he allow you to make it through when so many others perished while going through these things? Have you ever wondered that? Why, when you had been running from your purpose for all these years, did he decide to sustain you in the whale, sort of like Jonah in the Bible, giving you an opportunity to come out on the other side, though damaged, but not destroyed? It's because God himself knew us all before the foundation of the world, and he gave each one of us certain gifts and talents that are designed for only us, talents that are to be used and increased in order for the purpose of leading the lost world to salvation, and then to be the barometer to how you and I will be rewarded in his kingdom when Christ returns. Now, to give you further clarification on the responsibilities we all have to use and increase our talents, I'll go to Matthew 25:14 through 30 for a reference, starting at the verse where it says, "For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods." Verse 15 says, "And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another he gave 2, and to another 1, and to every man according to his several abilities. And straightway took his journey." Verse 16, "Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents." So there was an increase. "And likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained other 2." So there's an increase. But verse 18, "But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money." Remember this one. Verse 19, "After a long time, the Lord of those servants came and reckoneth with them." So the Lord comes back, right? Verse 20, "And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, you delivered unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. I did what you told me to do with the talent you gave me." His Lord said unto him, Well done, you good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into you the joy of the Lord." Verse 22, "He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, you delivered unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents besides them." Once again, an increase. He gave you something and you used it. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you a ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of the Lord. Verse 24, "Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew you, that you are a hard man, reaping where you have not sown, and gathering where you have not strawed." Verse 25, "And I was afraid, and went and hid your talent in the earth. Lo, there you have that is thine." Verse 26, "His Lord answered and said unto him, You wicked, slothful servant." This is important. "You knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and I gather where I have not strawed." Verse 27, "You oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury," right? With increase. Verse 28, "Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which has 10 talents." Right? Verse 29, "For unto every one that has shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that has not shall be taken away, even that which he has. 30, verse 30. And cast you, the unprofitable servant, into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So we have a responsibility to not only use the gifts and talents the Most High gives us, but to increase those talents by producing fruit on earth by use of those talents. And if we don't, I'll once again remind you of Matthew 25, verses 29 through 30 once more, where it says, for unto every one that has shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that has not shall be taken away, even that which shall be taken away from him. Verse 30. And cast you the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Now, the Most High tells us to guard our salvation with fear and trembling. And of course, we might have all associated that plea with keeping ourselves just clean of sin. Now, that scripture refers to that, of course, but it also refers to using the talents we've been given by God to bring glory to his name and to do so by representing him on earth, showing a lost world that doesn't know him the different attributes of him, which is his goodness, his love, his mercy, but most importantly, his holiness as we walk in him upright and clean from the evil stench of this world. So as we walk in that manner, which people can see it, people will be able to see this, that we are not common in this world. Then they will inquire of him, search for him, and if by his grace gain salvation in Christ. So if you think you, as a so-called chosen one, or better yet, targeted individual, went through all that torment and did not perish from it, if you think he chose you to sustain you when so many others have fallen, only for you to stay stuck in your feelings, blaming him for your experiences and everyone else, helping no one, then you are misled, and there will be a judgment for that when it's all said and done. The Most High God says, to much is given, much is required. So this is your wake up call. Be honest with yourselves and reflect on those things you've gone through, right? And acknowledge the experiences that you've gone through. So called chosen ones, target individuals. Think about what you've learned from God about the world, about your enemies, about the strategies and skills you've obtained to make it through. Because we are our brother's keeper. And if we don't keep them, then God may not keep you. He may not keep us, right? We have a job to do out here. You went through your targeting, like I've told you many times on this channel, not for you just to say, woe is me and the world's against me and look what they're doing. Okay, you know what they're doing. You know that the world ain't right now. You know you have been awoken and awakened to understand these deep mysteries about the world and the spiritual realm and all of these all these things. When no, most people aren't awakened, they think you're probably crazy for even talking to them about this. But for some reason, you and me have been awoken, and for you to hide those gifts and all of those skills and all of that stuff, that powerful stuff that the Most High God placed in you as you went through your trial, right? Your fiery trial. And if you hold that stuff in and you hide it under that bushel, you hide it and put it under the ground so that, the Most High, he reaps where he has not sown. So you have no right, I have no right to have gone through these things, to be sustained through these horrific trials, and then not go out there and use these gifts and these talents for his glory. We don't have that right. It is he says that it's our living sacrifice, to be a living sacrifice. That's our requirement. This is, we're paraphrasing, right? We are to be a living sacrifice for the Most High God, right? We are those target individuals and chosen ones that have been chosen to be on the front lines. And I'm sorry to say this to you. No one chose this. We were chosen. That's why when let's look at these chosen videos and see, target individual videos. We are some very special, unique individuals that did not choose to go through the torments and all the challenges and these trials. No one would choose to go through the things we've gone through. Who would do that? No one. But because we have been chosen, There should be a level of acknowledgement to what's actually going on and who's actually at the head of this thing by now. If you've been a target individual for years and you've understood and recognized these different things we go through, uh, and how it relates to people, how they act towards us, and what just everything that you've gone through. By now, you should know that there's something that is more. It's more than a tangible type of physical experience. This is a spiritual experience you're going through. Sorry, your brethren. It says in the Bible, your brethren are also going through these things on earth. So you're not the only one going through. You're not the only one being challenged this way. You have people out here being tormented that are serving the Most High God, that are turning their lives over Him, to serving Him, seeking Him. And the enemy is coming against us because he is only here to steal, kill, and destroy. He doesn't want us to make it to be with our Father in heaven. He wants us to die. He wants us to be destroyed. He wants us to be completely just absent of mind and just completely discombobulated, if that's a better word for you. But we have a Father in heaven that loves us, that will sustain us. If He be for us, no one can be against us. He shall deliver us from every evil way. He shall deliver us from our strong enemy. He shall deliver us from the snare of the fowler. He shall deliver us from the noisome pestilence. He has given us power to tread down serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and no evil, no harm shall come to us. We shall overcome. We shall be able to tread down the serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and no harm shall come to us. But we also have a responsibility, not just to receive from Him, but to show Him our love for Him by obeying Him, by consecrating ourselves for Him, by walking in His ways, and by going out there and showing people who He is, by walking upright, by using the gifts and the talents and the spiritual gifts we've gained to be able to show this world that there is a God that loves them, that will not leave them, that will sustain them, that will give them salvation. Taste and see that the Lord is good. So this is, I hope this video touched your hearts. I hope that it's leading the target individuals, the chosen ones, to stop staying on the pity potty. Stop being the victim. Stop being in that mindset. You got a job to do. We are not just here to live this little facade world and to be as these people in this world. We're here to serve Him. You don't want no one to burn in the lake of fire. I don't want that. You shouldn't want it either. You should know that place is real. And like he said, if you hide, I don't know. I'm not a judge. I don't choose who goes to heaven or who makes it into His kingdom or who burns in the lake of fire. I'm not that guy. I'm just a man. But I've gone through things and I know my Lord. So I know that He has standards for us, right? So if we don't meet those standards, you don't want to have Him say, "Depart from me, you unrighteous. I never knew you." You don't want to have that. You want to hear Him say, "Well done, good and faithful servant." If you would like to subscribe to the channel, you can. Please push the thumbs up. That helps the algorithm send people to my channel. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can go to Cash App, $ Judah J Talks 144. That's $ JUDAHJ TALKS 144. And until next time, y'all, shalom.
You can build my love. You can build my.
Tesla magnetic essence with a twist of Freud. Toys the big boys, the expensive suits, leaking agendas to crush the will of the truth. Undergo the misplaced perceptions, red from the dead spun like threads. Against kids in the Gen X meds, fight for the mental lead poison, relax and slow down and make foul the brainwaves of Zion. Only dying but Orion got the deity thoughts, the new age hopes, blotted and wrapped. Token and hijack message that led you to get casted and locked trapped in a pack of cognizant dissonant scraps. But we pack strength in backpacks with holes, so the foe can't go up the road and get stuck in the stagnant motion. No emotion, lost in the sauce and trying to pay no cost to rise above the flaws. Just a sad story paid for and sold like the oldest trick you could ever know. Figure it, but still the drip of bad dreams and frequencies and misdirected by deities, dispelled chains without an ounce of love. The blood of sacrifice is the price He paid to protect us from the well thought out rage that's pain to trap us in the maze. But you ain't getting fazed by that, is you? You ain't getting fazed by that, is ya?